Welcome to another Saturday night. And I don't have my microphone plugged in as usual. Wait a minute. No, I can't because I got this iPhone. I'm still getting used to it. Does not have a headphone jack, which I'm sure 99% of you are aware of. I'm just not used to the iPhone thing. I have always had headphone jacks. The newest Samsung I had was like a Note 9, and it still had the headphone jack, and I miss it. I miss the headphone jack. Call me crazy, but I like to have that tactile plug-in to be able to use it. Especially in a situation like this, I could plug my microphone in. I need a wireless mic. Anyways, as you can see, there's stuff on the table, menu tonight, blah, blah, blah. Let's open a box real quick. We're just going to get started and not look back. I stuck this up here because I'm opening this box, which has the same thing in it, except older, actually. So, I've come to the realization that me personally, I don't want to pick up accessory packs. Which, I mean, if for the right price, let me rephrase this. For the right price, accessory packets from 1967, 68 up, I will pick them up if I can. But I prefer, if I can, to get 66 or 65 down because they are not packed plumb full with Marlboros and Winstons. So, these are supposed to be... Jeez, that's some awesome tape. Oh, wait, maybe I'm cutting through the box. That's some awesome tape. Nope, I'm cutting through the cardboard. So we'll get this opened up, and I'll turn the camera around for a minute, and might do a kitten update, see what they're doing. Hope this guy doesn't have a... He does. Well, that's his fault. Leaving an address on it. Well, I mean, it's fine to recycle, but you should get rid of your old addresses. Just in case someone like me happens to open it up. Hey, what's going on, Dan? Divine Spirits, Tacos Girl Message TV, CT, Bourbon Street Joe, Miss Marilyn, hello. Miss Renee, I did not get to see how you were doing. Oh, yeah, no, I can't check it. So, hopefully you're doing well. Last week, if I'd have seen Miss Renee's message, I would have let you guys know that she was in the hospital, just had a surgery, but I didn't see her message in time. So last week, Miss Renee was in the hospital, just had a surgery. I can't remember if she was in the. Was you in the chat last week or not, Miss Renee? I don't know. I can't remember. Anyways, got a box of stuff here from eBay, and got a empty pack, which this is those are 60s up because of that no tax stamp up there. Yeah, I mean, can refill it and use it for a display. Somebody can. I've got plenty of these so I don't need this one, but which, I mean, I think I've got plenty older ones with actual tax stamps on top, I hope. It's been a while since I've seen my cigarette collection. It's been, a while. So, I actually don't remember what I have and what I don't. I guess I'll leave that out. This is an accessory packet, obviously, from MCI. Supposed to be 1964. So, okay, cool. Short, little, tiny. See that? Well, we can check against this for size, and it lines up perfectly as far as you can see the bottom of it right there, and the top is right there. So, yeah, little non-filters, and that looks like going to be a 4-pack. So, that's good. That means that these are going to be Lucky Strikes, Camels, Chesterfields. No, maybe. I don't know. I've never gotten a pack of the small Chesterfields, I don't think. They've always been the kings, the long ones, the long non-filters that are like the size of a regular filtered cigarette, except they're non-filtered. And then we got this pretty decent shaped box, a little bit of a nastiness on the bottom there, on the side, but really very displayable box. I mean, especially if you lay it down like this, you know, put that in the corner. But this side's really good. Not a bad box, especially for a 64. I had some really, really nice 1963 MCIs that I got years ago, and I traded off about half of them because I honestly, like, not because I did well on a trade or anything. I just wanted people to be able to experience those really nice old MCIs that I had, and those are very hard to attain nowadays. I don't want to say I regret it, because I don't regret it. I'm glad that the people that I did trade those to ended up with them, and except for one group of people, which I might mention in a minute. We'll see. We'll see how I'm feeling. But they totally screwed me on and I sent them 2 of my 64s, one like 68, and so I sent them 3 complete MCIs, and then I sent them another 2 accessory packets so that they could enjoy. It was a group of 3 guys, so that they could enjoy some smokes with folks at like trade shows that they were doing, and they were setting up and displaying rations and stuff. But yeah, those, I ain't got nothing nice to say about them, because they just totally stiffed me on. They were supposed to send me multiple things. They sent me 1 box. It got rated by customs, which I don't care. That happens. But then they just refused to send the rest of the stuff. So yeah, that's a long story short, without mentioning any names. So I don't even know what's in this. I don't remember as far as like the specifics. The only thing I really cared about was trying to get 2 accessory packets. So this is a good looking accessory packet. Really nice shape. Let's see, smoke wise, looks like the same size as the other pack, so that's good. Those could be Lucky Strikes, like I said, Camels. They could be Chesterfields, the shorts. They could be Pall Malls, which is a high probability. But these are, again, 64. What else do we got? We got us a spoon. It's kind of clear-ish. So that spoon is different. So this guy that had these, in this group of stuff that he had the strangest looking MCI spoons I have ever seen. They were orange, and I mean orange, like a little bit darker than that color orange, but they were very, very, very orange. And I asked him, I was like, is that from rust, or what's going on with that? And really, I knew better, because the cellophanes on them, the outside plastic, was in perfect shape. So I was like, man, that's really weird. How did those spoons turn orange? Because I've seen them get nasty and look orange from rust, but that's not the case. He said, we messaged back and forth about this, and he told me that those MCI spoons were orange, manufactured to be orange. So unfortunately, I didn't get one. If I would have thought about it, I would have asked him to swap me out an orange one for one of these, and or for this one, so I could have an orange one and send it to the museum, because it has to be an extremely rare variation of the MCI spoon, because I've never seen one. Okay, so I guess we got a white bread. Should be a 1964, made by the Interstate Bakeries Corporation. Gen L, what? Anybody? What's that mean? Gen apostrophe L off, Kansas City, Missouri. And as you can see, there's no zip code on there, which is a very good sign. Contents: flour, water, shortening, sorbitol. Wow, D-sorbitol. I don't know what that distinction means. Yeast, salt, inactive dry yeast, sugar, and edible lactic acid. Awesome. General, I was curious because why abbreviate it when you have words right above it? I mean, there's plenty of room there to write general off. Okay. What else is in here? Okay, well, we got a main in here that's you know, not, it's lost its moisture, so it's obviously leaked. But that's a good looking so there's a lot of change in the way that these are printed on top over the years. The earlier ones, there's just so many different variations. Honestly, it just depends on the manufacturer, really. The fonts, the size of the text, a lot of different ways that they printed these cans up. Because I just cleaned up, like, I don't know, probably 50 mains, like, you know, main meat cans and stuff like that. But they were all different, and I had different colors, and obviously the paints are all different. So packed by Blue Star Foods Incorporated, Council Bluffs, Iowa. So what does this say? Cool. There's heating instructions on here. To heat, submerge can in boiling water or place can in food warmer, or place open can over flame. Avoid burning over or overheating. Cool. So ingredients in this is cooked beef broth, tomato puree, malt vinegar, salt, sugar, onion powder, black pepper flavoring, paprika, garlic powder, thyme, and allspice. That actually sounds pretty good. Anybody else think that sounds pretty good? I think that sounds pretty good. I'll bet this main wasn't bad when it was fresh. 5.5 ounces. Yeah, I mean, that's the standard size, but that's kind of a small main, huh? Too bad there's no nutritional information on there. And we have a B3 unit that is bloated. Where's the date? Well, that's a weird can. No date. That is not a date on this can. 1, 2, it says 74. 1274. 0, 1, 2, 7, and I'm pretty sure that's a 4. But that B unit is toast. It is no good. It's best off to just keep it sealed. Open it up, and it's going to be a mess of busted open jams, and just got a dent in it. See if I can get it out. Yeah. Got most of it out. Did that help the top? It kind of did. It still looks a little bloated, but that might be because of that dent that was in there. That was a pretty good sized dent, which could make it, yeah, the damn jams. Exactly. B Temple, they always ruin these B units, and I hate that, man. They just, either a jam or a cheese spread. So B2 unit, B3 unit, cheese, or B2 unit, cheese spread, it's going to ruin it. And then your taller units like this with the jams, there's only one that doesn't have a jam, and that's a B1. Is it the B1 or the B2? I can't remember. But there's only one that doesn't have the jam. I don't know, man. Let me shake it. Yeah, no, this is, I can tell there's moisture in there just by shaking it. It makes no noise. Well, it's got a cocoa beverage powder in it. I don't hear any cracker noise at all. Yeah, I'd say it's toast. I mean, I'd say it's a pretty safe bet that it's no good. And then you can see that just the beef with spice sauce, or spiced beef with sauce. That's different wording, because I think it's usually beef with spice sauce. Huh. All right. Get all this back. This one was in here. I'll spoon goes there. Yeah, it's not bad. A little MCI. These things have gotten exponentially more expensive. And I mean, like, it's gotten ridiculous. Oh, super chat. I can see it at the top right there. LC says, "Hi, Smokey. I found some World War II wood alcohol burners. Wood alcohol burners for the Army. Interesting find. Also, eBay has some 1980s brown bag MREs at what looks to be a steal. Really? Uh, Email me that if you're not going to pick them up yourself. I'll check that out. It's 80s MREs they're very hard to come by. And thank you for the super chat and the tips there. Wood alcohol burners. Wood alcohol burners? Are we talking about like a sterno can? Wood? I don't know what you're talking about. Wood alcohol burners. The only thing I can think of is like the little sterno cans that had like a paint can lid that you popped off, and you lit there was like a gel and liquid inside, just exactly like a sterno. I'm pretty sure it's the same thing. A little different chemical wise, but same exact concept. Looks the same, pretty much the same setup. But yeah, I don't know what you mean there. Maybe a dual fuel stove that could burn wood or alcohol. I don't know. I really don't know. Kaylin, that's the first time I've thought about a wood burning alcohol. Yeah, it's in a can with a paint can lid. Okay, so we are talking about the same thing then. I didn't know that that's what it was labeled as or called. I just always thought it was just a ration heating can, fuel. Seemed like it was labeled fuel or something like that. Anyway, like I said, these things are getting extremely expensive and somewhat harder to come by. And the other day, I missed out on something that I will be kicking myself for quite some time. And we'll flip the camera around and I'll talk to you guys for a minute before we get started here. All right. Bring it down some more because I'm going to step back. Maybe a little more. Okay. Yeah, I messaged a lot of folks right before I started this live stream, which I should make a post real quick about. Yeah, I'll do that. Anyway, I sent messages right before I started this, and obviously my phone is in use right now, so I won't be able to answer back. And I can go ahead and tell you guys what I had planned to do, what my plan was, because I backed out of what I consider to be a huge deal last week, and so I had planned. Oh, there's a crack on my screen. So what is that on my hat? That's a crack. I had planned to buy my neighbor's house, and the reason I was going to do that was I was going to fix it up some. Not a lot. Doesn't need a lot. It has a brand new roof on it, brand new central air unit, new insulation in the walls, new drywall. Hardwood floors needed to be finished, but countertops needed to be redone because there was parts missing because there was little glass tiles that had been picked off by kids. Anyway, I was going to buy that house, and I was going to fix it up, and it was going to be my studio / ration heaven. And yeah, so the basement leaking pretty bad, and a lot worse than I thought. And when I walked through there and smelled it and seen it, I was like, you know what? I can't do this. I can't. It's just, I don't know that can be fixed. And that part right there was contingent on me finishing out the basement, which would have been really the only way to make the house, in my opinion, worth it. To be able to store my rations and stuff down there, and then set the upstairs up, one room as a studio, filming room, and then another room as a bedroom. Anyway, so I was going to do that, and it not happening now. But you know what? I was excited about it up until last Saturday. And I walked through there, and my heart sank, my stomach sank, and I was like, you know what? My gut was telling me no, and I listened to my gut. I'm one of those people that I do take it on intuition. Like, I feel like my intuition's pretty good on a lot of things. I've listened to myself over the years, and I'm not going to say it because I'm not always right. I'm definitely not always right. But if I have a bad feeling about something, it typically will turn out to not be great. I've missed out on things because my gut told me not to do it, and then it was okay, or it was good. I guess that's the price you pay for listening to your gut. But for every time that has happened, there's been probably 30 times that it was right. So 30 to 1 odds is pretty good. I'm going to take that every time. But yeah, I was like I said, I was super excited about it, and then I just had to change my mind at the last minute. I already met with a lawyer, and we had met with the law. Like, it was a big deal for me to not do this, and I understood the the whole ordeal. Like, that I guess my live stream's not showing up for me. I'm gonna have to do something else. I definitely felt bad about not doing it to a certain extent, um, but huh, I've been hearing some really weird stuff, seeing some weird stuff here lately at the house. It's been a How long has it been now? I think that was still back in 21. It's been an eventful past. Really, it started about 4 months ago. Back in probably like February, beginning of February, end of January. It's probably about when it started. I can't remember exactly, but I've had some what I will say interesting presence, or what seems to be. I don't know. Me and my friend, the one that passed away, that hung himself, that is no longer with us. We had talked about it before. Like, one of us ever, kicks the bucket before the other. Like, we'll mess with the other one, and I think he's doing that to me. I really do. But like I said, seriously, we discussed it beforehand, and it was just something that we had agreed on, if it was possible, if that was something that was possible. And like, it doesn't seem mean or anything, but it's definitely been somewhat different. That's a good word for it. Different. Oh, what am I doing? Whoa. I just about started another live stream. That would have been good. Not really. That would have been bad. Okay, clipboard. There we go. Why is my keyboard not coming up? There it is. Oh, love E. Gotta love autocorrect. And I do like the swipe, just because it's quicker, instead of, or I don't use my thumb. I use this finger because I hold it like this and I type. I'm an old man, I guess. I do it the old school way. Happening right now. All right. So I want to get this B unit and peanut butter opened up. Kind of do like an appetizer of some sort. And we'll decide whether we're going to go with a brand new fresh IMP, which doesn't really matter to me, or with the '07 chicken breast with gravy, which I've been wanting to try now for most of this year. Ever since Bourbon Street Joe sent that mixed weird thing that had that exact main in it, except it was 10 years, 11 years older, 12 years older. I think it was a '96. So that menu'd been around for a minute. I'm sure it's came and gone because Canada's great about doing that, like filtering menus out and then bringing them back. I think that's great. That way, it's never just gone. Like typically, not always, but a lot of times with the U.S., like if they remove it out of the menu list, like it's gone. If it makes a comeback, it's rare. It's rare. What's up, Crot Shomglin? Shomglin? Shomglin. I can't say it like fluently, like in one nice continuous word. Shomglin. Yeah, he got me saying it. Crot Shomglin. Oh, did I missed. Haven't seen Trucker's newest video, but Shocker in the chat commented on it. So you guys want to see the kittens? Before I bring them up, little update. I guess I'll do this real quick. So the little black one was extremely skinny and lethargic, and it was dying. So I decided to really start shoving the formula down its throat, more or less. And in the past 3 or 4 days, it's really came out of it. It's still half the size, pretty much, of the other ones. But one of the gray ones, which I'm not 100% sure if it's the male or the female, in the past couple days, just the past couple days, has started to go downhill, and it's skinny compared to the other one. And what's really scaring me about that one is yesterday I started trying to do the same thing formula-wise for it as I did for the black one, and it's just not having it. It does not want anything to do with it. And I think the mommy's the problem. I think her milk is infected or something. I think it's just not good for them. It's killing them, I think. And I have to get that gray cat broke away from it. I've been throwing the mommy cat out as much as possible, trying to keep them away from her. But keeping them from feeding on her at all is going to be virtually impossible because I have tried 4 different kinds of food now. Kitten food, wet kitten food for them. I have had two different kinds sitting right there. A couple more different kinds, and I went through the gamut trying to give them different kinds of food. Only one of them is eating, and when you see it, you'll see like it's huge. That one is twice the size of the little black one. Oops. Can't believe I did that. Okay. Tabasco bottle. I've got to see one of these new MREs or First Strike rations that have the bottles in them again. I don't know why it matters to me because the British, they got rid of them when they got rid of the boxes, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Which I love the British stuff, like especially this stuff, the hot diggity dog sauce. It's got the little wiener dog on it. Looks like Shocker's dog. This stuff right here is awesome, and it gets thick if you leave it set for a little while, and especially if you've already opened it. It gets thick like this, and it's like really good. Forgot to mention G.I. Joe had an MRE line as well. I actually know about the G.I. Joe. Thank you for the super chat, LC. So there's the G.I. Joe MRE line, which is not as accurate as there's a company that makes 1/6. I think they're 1/6 size. Just ration stuff. Like there's mess kits. There's German, American, I think that's it. I think that's all I've seen. But they make little wooden pallets, and you get cases of MREs that you can stack up on these little wooden pallets, and little tiny MREs that you put in there. It's super cool. I'll have to look. I'll have to try to look it up and show you guys. But if you haven't seen those, they're kind of expensive, honestly. I think for one little set, it was like $30, and it wasn't like a pallet with full of MRE boxes. It wasn't that. Like it was a little bit. And CT with a super chat said had a 2021 beef stew MRE today. Had a bottle of Tabasco in it. Yes, that is awesome. So you guys just saw that CT was lucky enough to get his hands on some super fresh MREs. 2021's like, it's not unheard of anymore. It used to be unheard of that you'd ever get MREs that were anything less than 2 years old. Like, you know, I mean, like on the dot 2 years and back, like was crazy. Typically 3 years was as like a fresh MRE was 3 years old. Now people are getting them in the same year that they were produced and like within the year. So that's saying something for where rations have came and gone, and like where we're at. But thank you for the super chat, CT. I appreciate that, man. And I think the cats might be in there playing. Let me flip the camera around. I'll bring them in here and we'll check them out real quick. Or yeah, because I don't want to open the B unit, the peanut butter, with them playing around. Just for a minute, we'll bring them in here. So that one sleeps in the bowl. That's the big one. What's up, biggin? And this one, super playful, super healthy. She's doing really well. Her eyes are not healthy, but other than her eyes, she's doing really, really well. This is the one that's got me concerned right now. It looks okay, but trust me when I tell you, when I pet it, it's skinny. Like I can feel its spine. This one I can't. So these two are pretty much twins. Yes, yes, yes. Well, like, watch this. Here, come back here. Let me scratch your butt. It like chews on stuff whenever. It's super cute. I did not want to get any type of attachment to these little buggers. And this one is, you know, I can't really tell. I think this is the male, but I think both their little parts look the same to me now. Yes, I can't really tell, honestly. I need to look this up. So, oh yeah, you're not chewing on my accessory packet, you little. Oh, oh, look at that. Even got over into it. Just one little. Oh, look at her eyes. Come here, honey. Let me wipe your eyes out. Oh, this one's got like respiratory issues where it's like congested all the time. And this crap in its eyes drives me crazy. I just had their eyes cleaned right before we started too. It just comes right back. Now I'm going to have to wash my hands before I eat because I don't know what this stuff is. It just... Oh. I guess that's good enough since I don't really have anything but my fingers to clean you with. Hey, Art Nina. What's going on, guys? foreignmre.com. I don't know what you guys got going on your website, but Number of Brass came out. What? Number of Brass came out in 82. Tonka trucks before the mid-70s are in their prime. Huh. Your Trucker 1982 was the year. Hell, that's the year I was born, so I'm happy with an 82 year. For some reason, I like trying the gross MREs like the Vomit and the Chinese Type 13 and the Fettuccine. Well, Crot, more power to you. At least somebody out there wants to eat them because, I mean, after you try them, though, here's my thing. Like, I've tried all those. After you try them, it's like, that's it. I'm good. I've tried it. I don't like it. And so now I know. Do you think Oldsmokey is... oh, no, I'm in top chat. Dang it. Sorry, man. There we go. Wow. That really changed the chat. Huh. C ration. C equals cat ration. Yeah, no doubt. Thank you for bringing that up, Cyanide Cookies. Or Dan. I have 2 super chats. Did I miss a super chat? I thought I got it. CT was the last one. Thank you for that super chat. And LC was the one before that. Thank you for that super chat, LC. And I can't go back any further. So I think I got them, though. Pretty sure I got them. All right. Groat, like rhymes with boat and oat. Yeah, groat. I got it. Like, what's that tree thing? Isn't it? What's its name? Groot. Yes, Groot. Okay, right. Wait, is that what we're talking about here? Is that what? No, but yours is Groat. Pronounced Groat. Crot. Wait, Croat. Croat. Okay, so it's Croat. Croat. Rhymes with pronounced Groat. It's with a G? Groat? Look, they found the foreignmre.com spork or camping survival tool or eating utensil, whatever. It's funny the way this one sleeps in that bowl. It fits in the bowl perfectly. I got it a bigger bowl yesterday, a little plastic bowl like that, and I cleaned it all up for it because I was feeding outside cats in it, and I cleaned it all up for it to lay down in because it's a little bit bigger. Yes, Groot. That's what I was trying to think of. Yeah. Time to add more hot water to the tub. I don't know what that means. I don't know what we're talking about. Hard Knocks 2000. They are up for grabs. If there's a way I can meet you, I will actually bring you one of these cats. They've got to go, which they are nowhere near ready to go, unfortunately. They will not eat real food. And this one, I'm fighting with it. Oh, baby. Trying to get it to eat formula. Come here, honey. Come here. I know you're not feeling good. You're going to have to eat more formula, honey. It's what's going to make you feel better. It's the only way you're going to get better. And I'm going to have to force it down you. Yes. Poor baby. I don't like it when they're sick, man. My dogs may be smaller than the cats, but at least they're still dogs. Yeah, Shocker, I know. I don't like cats either, really. Like, I'm just stuck with them. It's just part of my life now. You will bring people a cat? Deal. I'll take one. Well, within reason. I've got to be able to meet somebody. I'll drive a good ways, but I can't come to Australia. I actually looked in because I know LC is her kids are really into one of these gray cats, and I started looking on the internet like how much would it cost to ship one. I'm not even it's an ungodly amount of money to ship a cat. The vet bills. Everything you got to go through, jump through hoops to get a cat from point A to point B on an airplane. It's crazy, man. Like, even if I was to fly with it, Like we're talking anywhere from the cheapest I saw it was $500, which trust me is cheap compared to the up to $5,000 that they tried to charge people. And that's someone coming to your house for the $5,000. Someone comes to your house, picks the animal up, drives it to the airport, checks it in, checks it through, and then wherever it lands at, they're there to pick it up and deliver it to the destination. I mean, that's door-to-door service, but $5,000? Like, wow. It's crazy. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm in West Virginia. West by God, Virginia. Look at your eyes, honey. Goodness. All right, all right. Nasty stuff. Yeah, I know. I know. Yeah, this one's a little sister. I think it was the little girl. Passed away last week. Last Thursday, I believe it was. Anyway, all right, that's enough kitty cats for now. I might bring them back at the end, but they go and they've decided that they like to lay in front of the little black one. Sounds awesome. They've decided they like to lay in front of the refrigerator where it puts out heat. Come on, guys. Take in here. Put you back down. There you go. Wash my hands. Yep. Fucking smell it. Awesome. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. And I forgot the can opener. Be right back. All right. That fellow that does the those MCI reproductions on eBay, I've got a ton of cans I need to send him. So this is a 1978 B3 unit. I have not had one from this grouping of MCI cans that I got. So I have no idea what kind of condition these are going to be. And this grouping of MCI cans that I got range in date from all the way back from 1963 all the way up to 1980. So there's a very large range there of dates. Wait, I don't remember how to do this. Doesn't it just lock in there? Shit, I don't remember how. There we go. I think that's right. Last week, I thought I was going to be able to eat that food packet survival general purpose, and it ended up being toast. I think this is opening pretty well. We're running around one more time just to make sure, but it looks like it's separating. Pretty cool how this works, man. It looks like it almost looks like it comes unglued when you do this. Look at that. Watch. You see that? Like, tell me that's coming unglued. Right? That is so cool. Comes off perfect. Look at that. Signal mirror, anybody? Definitely signals with that. All right. Little corrugated paper for buffer. Now they're over there playing. And what else we got in here? We've got 4 crackers. Looking pretty good. Smell them. They actually smell really good. They do not smell bad at all. 4 crackers then. So when you shake this, it sounds like there's a can in there. I have opened B units that had cans of peanut butter in them and cans of jam, obviously. But I thought that it was possible that these were, that it might have been a can. But it is not. And what do we got here? Oh, look at the difference here. See, this one's rough. This one's got like a really weird rub spot. Is that from the top? Which I thought there was corrugated paper on the top there, but I wonder if that's from like the like raised parts right there rubbing it. That's weird. Never seen that before. Huh. Candy chocolate disc with toffee enriched. This one seems to be a little more legible, kind of, but it's kind of the opposite of this one, where this one's got like a spot in the middle. This one's nice and clear in the middle, and then it's got this rub spot on the outside, and then this one's just kind of rough all on the outside. Made by the Wilbur Chocolate Company, Incorporated. Litz, Pennsylvania. I only found the one Hershey disc ever. Well, 2, but 1 can. And it's right here. Look at this thing. This is a beauty. Look at that. Nope, that's a Wilbur. What did I do with that Hershey one? Oh, shiznittle. Let's get, look, right here. Oh, man. Yeah, those are gone. I don't even know what happened to them. It's right here. Though. There we go. Look at that. Hershey Foods Corporation. What are you doing, Chubbs? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? You look like a ferret. Running sideways like that. But this has to be a rather rare or special piece of candy. Piece of chocolate, whatever. It's the only ones I've ever found and ever seen. And of course I look to manufacturer every time I open one up. And I can say, I would say I've probably opened at least 100 B units over the years with the chocolate candy discs in them, with either, you know, various different things from toffee and well, nuts and stuff. All right, which one of these? I'm trying to see which one's more legible. What is it, LC? What happened? Hey, what's up, Xeno Saga? It's been a while since I've seen you in here. Just realized the live was way behind. Did you notice he had 2 super chats? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I did answer your super chats for sure. Anyway, which one of these? One was about the eBay stuff. You definitely email me links if you're not buying it. And about the 82s, and there was something else I can't remember. Oh, the wood alcohol stove, and yeah. And then the other one was slipping my mind right now. Unfortunately, this is the one I'm going for. Yeah, we'll go with this one. I think this one had a separation from the. I think this was the top one. I think. Oh, wow. Look at that. It actually smells good. And I mean like normal good. Look at that. It looks really good, guys. It's not always the case. I mean, these things do get funky. But judging by the smell and the look of this one, I don't think that's what we're going to be encountering here. Will this flatten all the way out? It will. I've never taken the time to flatten one all the way out. Take my finger and really flatten it out. Get that corner off. There it is. A little bit of oil in there. Doesn't smell bad though, surprisingly enough. Yeah, I need to take the time to actually flatten that out. I gotta look pretty cool. Well, I'm gonna flatten out the opened Hershey one that I have, and probably put it in a little frame, a little 5x7 frame. Ooh, I haven't even looked at the other side. Look at that. Wow. A little bit of, like, I don't know, oil maybe right there? I don't know. It looks like it's like fat. Look at that. It's not bloom, though. It's like a fat separation. So Bob was teaching me a lot about different chocolates and the way that different chocolates, the temperatures that they melt at, and why certain ones are made certain ways. Pretty interesting. M&M's, the chocolate that melts at 99 or 100, something like that. So it melts in your mouth, not in your hand, and like most humans' mouths run like 100, like 100.1 or something. I'm just going to eat that piece right there. All right, here we go. Down the hatch. That toffee's nice and crunchy. Huh. There's nothing at all wrong with that. That's one of the better chocolate discs I've had. You can kind of see the toffee right there. Oh, look there. There's a piece. Yeah, this is actually good. It's a little waxy. Cheap chocolate. I wouldn't consider this to be, I mean, not even remotely good milk chocolate. But that's all you had after your lunch or dinner. Eat one, save one for later. I mean, legit though, one of the best I've ever had. Let me take that back. One of the freshest I've ever had. I've had some that were better, but this is like, it was made yesterday. It's so unusually fresh. Huh. I don't know if maybe it's because it got like an extra dose of fat in it and that preserved it or something. I don't know. Kind of weird. Good though. Definitely good. Try one of these crackers real quick. Oh, wow. Those are really fresh. These are really good. Salty. Not overly so, though. I've had them where they've been, like, too salty. The texture's really light and airy and crunchy. I mean, that's a really legitimately good cracker. That would be amazing with some chili. The flour seems like a really decent quality flour. It sounds like there's fireworks going off outside or something. Jeez. Is that a piece of metal? Well, this is going to take some mixing. I talked about this last week. I have tried everything to shake one of these up to mix it up before I open it, so I don't have to deal with this once I open it, and it does not work, not even in the slightest. By the way, Cyanide Cookies, or Dan, I've been meaning to message you, man, and I haven't got around to it, dude. I apologize. I have been sidetracked a little bit here this week. My son just graduated high school yesterday, so my youngest son. Well, if that doesn't make me sound old. So both my kids are out of school now. My oldest is well into his college career. He could have the rest of his college done next year, I believe, if he really buckles down, puts his mind to it. All right, I'm going to have to wash this, I do believe. Let me set this off to the side here. And I hear some weird sounds in here. All right, I'm going to take this. I almost want to take this end and mix with, instead of using the... I've seen some MCI style butter knives, plastic butter knives that are military, that must have been for like sit down meals or something. And it was a box of them, I do believe. You had to buy the box. It was 100 of them. Oh man, that's what I was afraid of was going to happen. A bunch of oil on me. Yeah, I got to get this mixed up, guys, or I'm not... Yeah, I mean, it looks kind of off, honestly. Like, it looks kind of weird. I'm sure it's fine, because I've yet to encounter a peanut butter that was bad. Let me, like, try to fold over some of it. See how it's like a solid disc because the oils have separated from it? And it's real dry. See that? Yeah. Just going to take a minute. You got to be careful in the very beginning right here because the oil is so... There's so much of it. It's so thin, obviously. You make a mess real quick, real easy. About like I just did. There's got to be somebody letting off fireworks or something outside. I don't think you guys can hear them because they're not loud enough, but they're loud enough that I can hear them. And they do sound like they're fairly close. So I guess it's getting about that time for people to start letting a bunch of fireworks off. Wish there was an easier way to do this. Like I said, if I could, I would have it mixed up beforehand. And I really want to try to hurry up and not waste your guys' time tonight. But this is just one of those processes that there's not much you can do about it. You just got to kind of deal with it. And if I was making a video or something, obviously I would cut all this out. I would not hold it right here on screen and continue to talk through mixing it. Maybe a little bit. I'd talk about a couple things that I've talked about, but there's a big old chunk right there. Just leaked out on my hand. Awesome. Awesome, awesome sauce. It's not far from the point where I'll eat it. Taking another bite of that. When I get old food like this that is this good, this is when I really wish I could share it with you guys. Wish there was a way. Uh-oh. See that? That, my friends, is a piece of the can. So I got an interdental stimulator here. Another piece of the can. Come on, man. See it right there? Not good. Wonder how many people have eaten that. I bet I have. Oh, I bet I have. Yeah, I don't know how many times I've eaten those chocolate discs and they've burnt my mouth, like the rancidity of the oils and whatnot. Now I'm trying to smash it. Smash that oil back into it. Even though it mixes up kind of, but it's kind of hard to get that oil to reincorporate back into the peanut butter. We're getting there. We're getting there. It's looking pretty good. Almost looks like normal peanut butter again. Now, this peanut butter used to do this exact same thing even back in, the 60s and 70s when these guys had it back then, and they would sometimes use it. They would take their toilet paper and make a wick out of their toilet paper, soak it in the oil, stick it in the can, and light it on fire to heat their rations with. They would use the peanut butter oil to heat their rations, which, that's an interesting thought, I guess. I mean, if you don't care about your peanut butter, and I've heard a lot of guys that didn't like the peanut butter back then, which it kind of surprises me. And then I'll talk to some guys and they'll be like, man, the peanut butter was the best part. Like, it was awesome. But there were some guys that just hated it. And I don't know why, but they didn't like it. I guess probably partially because of having to do something like this. But if you were sitting in a foxhole or something, or just sitting somewhere in a jungle or whatever, like, this is a good way to occupy your brain and make time pass, right? It's looking pretty good. I'm going to eat that now. It's still chunky. I mean, there's still lots of dryness to it. But, well, I am going to try a little bit off the spoon first, just in case. Tastes very peanutty, very peanut buttery. I don't taste anything at all wrong with that. So there it is, half a cracker, I mean, lots of peanut butter. Too much, honestly. Mm. Those crackers are amazing. Really, they are. Put some more peanut butter up here. More than enough peanut butter for these crackers, I'll tell you that. Take a piece of the chocolate. Nice little snack, I would say. Kind of dessert-ish. Mm-hmm. Mm. Want another frog? That used to be my nickname when I was a little kid. Only by my uncle. My nickname that my uncle called me. My Uncle Red had a nickname for everybody. Everybody. And he called me Frog. Called my little sister, which is 10 years younger than me, called her Paddlefoot. I mean, that's not bad. The cracker with the peanut butter and the chocolate, but this is better on its own. And I really do like these crackers on their own even. They've got such a good flavor. And of course the peanut butter's good. It's just, you know, lots of peanut butter. Real dry. Not real dry though, I guess, because look how much I've eaten and I have not had anything to drink. It's not super thirst-provoking, which you would think it would be. Cat. Come on, man. Yeah, how you gonna get out of there? Cat. Which cat was it? Time out, guys. I gotta get one. Gotta get one of these cats from over here. Where'd you go, kitty? Where'd you go? I don't even see you. Kitty, kitty, kitty. Come here. Can you get out of there? I think you can. I'm gonna leave you. Ugh. Okay. Definitely gotten peanut butter all over the place here. Alright. Try to eat these with whatever else I eat here. And that. Gotta be careful because these little metal pieces are right there somewhere. Oh yeah, I just seen the shimmer off of them. That's definitely what that is. 100%. I'll set that over there. Time for a new board. Definitely need a new one. Swap it out. about as good as it's going to get for now. Anyway, just can't open her up real quick. Shouldn't need it again, I don't think. I wish I could open the freaking peanut butter things with this no lip can opener thing. No edge or whatever it's called. Alright. Well, decisions. Sausage and hash browns from 2019, or the chicken breast with gravy from 2007. You know what happened to MRE Goodall? No, actually, it's been a while since I've seen anything from or by him. Kind of same thing like with, what was that fellow's name? He hung around Bob there for a while. Maddog. Yeah, Maddog. I ain't seen him for a while either. So it's a 50-50 vote at the moment. Wait. Not quite now. So looks like 07's probably going to be. Well, I'm going to give it time. Oh, wait. There was a vote for hash browns, and sausage. Which, this menu right here is the first IMP menu that I ever had. And it was a 2013, I think, or a 14. 13 or 14, I'm pretty sure. And I'll be honest, it made me question what IMPs were about. He's in West Virginia too. Huh? Steve is? I don't know. Maybe. I heard he was moving. I don't know. Looks like it's a pretty overwhelming vote for the 07. Now, these 07, 08s that I got, I think they were mainly 07, 08, and then there was 97s, 96s, maybe a 98. I can't remember what all the years were. I'm pretty sure 07, 08 was a dominant, and then there was 3 whites in 96, 2 97s, I believe. But from what I've experienced so far with the 07 and 08s, some of the 07s are pretty good. Some of the 08s are pretty good, but then there's some items that are off in a couple of them that I've had. Now, if I'm not mistaken, is this the same year that we had the last time we had a vintage IMP? Huh. No. I think we had this, an 11. Stuffed pasta with ricotta? Hang on. I don't remember this. Hang on. What was the last one we had? I don't remember. I remember looking at the dessert list and thinking to myself, the one that had the cherries in it, was that last week or week before? It must have been a week before. I don't know. Anyways, but I remember looking at the dessert list, and there was no real desserts on the entire dessert list for all the menus. And I did not like that. But I can't remember if that was 2007 or 8. And the other menu list, or the other list for whichever opposite year, 08, 07, whatever, the only real dessert that was in that was the chocolate cake or chocolate brownie with chocolate sauce or whatever that I had that was in the first one out of this grouping that I had. And man, that thing was so awesome. I've got to find another one of those. That freaking thing was amazing. All right. What are you doing, kitten? You can't be under my feet. Is the gray one over there playing? That'd be good if she is. Or he is. She is. I think it's she. Being ornery. Being ornery. Here. Go over here with your sister. they're at that stage where they look like little tiny teddy bears, and they look like their heads are too big for their bodies. Oh yeah, the live weevils. That was a thing. Steve, yeah, Steve's a Florida man. Yeah, well, that's where he was at. Like I said, I don't know if he moved somewhere different state or something. I don't know. I knew he was moving, but that's all I knew. Reading back. I don't know. Let's check out what's in this thing, guys. '07 chicken breast with gravy. I've been wanting to try this menu. I hope that this main is good. The last one I had a hole in it, which made it. Oh man, this ain't ripping open right. Too much glue. Which made it inedible. If there's a look inside, give it a smell. Okay, it smells fine. All right, that's a good sign. But yeah, live weevils a couple weeks ago, 2-3 weeks ago, whenever it was one of the most shocking incidents that I've had food-wise. I've not encountered live bugs in my food like that before. I mean, I didn't go that deep, but I've not encountered that before. First time. That was the first time that I've encountered them to actually be alive. I've encountered the same thing dead 100 times. Like, weevils are not uncommon, but for them to be alive, that's a little bit uncommon. All right, so what are these? Just like super thick shortbread cookies? Sables? Shortcake biscuits. All right, I got to guys. Give me just a second again. Oh, I need a light. I need a light. Look, I can't worry about crushing you. So. Okay. These cats have got my house a wreck. Finally. But having this kennel thing in my living room, it's just these cats, man. Anyway. Alright, back to where I was at. So these don't look to be extruding any oils or anything. They look dry. They don't have a weird smell coming off of them, which is a good thing. Ingredients are all in French, I do believe. Only in French. Unless... Wait. Here we go. Wheat flour shortening is second ingredient. Ooh. Beef fat, vegetable fat, modified palm kernel, sugar, dried egg, yolk, salt, wheat, cornstarch, milk, powdered butter. There we go. Those probably won't be no good, since the second ingredient is shortening. Let's see, we got 2 whiteners. Here's a salt, a Windsor. We have a cranberry jelly, not jam, jelly, cranberry jelly. 310th day of 2006. I love the 5-digit date code. I wish we did that. And make that a ×2 on the cranberry jelly. That's cool, like cranberry sauce. We got our matches. They're made by Eddie Match. Still, back in 06, I'd say. Some kind of funky, brownish, kind of corporate-looking matches there. Khaki color. They smell like pepper. Must have had the pepper near them. They did. Pepper was right next to them. Matches smell like... I don't even smell like the phosphorus. I just smell the pepper. There we go. Some more packages here. We got a sugar. We've got an instant coffee. Type 1. We have, an herbal tea bag. Pear ginger. Interesting. So, actually going to be a flavorful tea. What else we got in here, huh? Oh, we got honey too? Wow. Pure honey. Real honey. 305th day of 06 on that. Wow, that's unusual. We got our Chiclets style gum there, same as what the U.S. has carried forever. What's this? Are you kidding me? 2 packs of honey? Man, they hooked it up. This one's solidified, not completely, but I mean it's chunky. Needs to be warmed up, but that's a good sign. That means it's actually real honey. I mean, obviously the name pure honey indicates that it is, but when you feel it has granulated and solidified like that, that's a surefire way to know that that is really legitimate honey. Oh yeah, yeah. It doesn't go bad. Actually, it never goes bad. The only way you can have bad honey is like if you drop it in dirt or something. Cool. Okay, we got us a loaf of bread here. This is back whenever they were loaves, and that feels really, really good. Awesome. We have some cream of celery soup. This is like a holiday dinner. I didn't know it was going to be like that. Like cranberry sauce, you got your cream of celery soup, you got your roll, some herbal tea right there, some flavored herbal tea. We got a fruit beverage powder, orange. It's not a sports drink. It's a fruit beverage powder. Huh. I thought the last one I had said sports drink. Is that a ×2 or no? I love how they used to double up stuff like that, though. Onion flavored instant mashed potatoes. Wow. This is shaping up to be one heck of a Christmas or Thanksgiving dinner. You kidding me? I'm stoked. We have a Campino, a cheap knockoff of the old Cream Savers, Lifesavers Cream Savers. You guys remember those? Cherry flavored. But these things are awesome. Like the Cream Saver ones. I don't know about that. I'm sure I've had one of those. Then you got your Canadian issued booty ration. You got your long white spoon, which is, ooh, if I did that again, it would definitely break. Let me move that over here. Another package of sugar. Let's see what else we got in here. Sliced pears. 311th day. And here is our main, our chicken breast with gravy. And we got 2 more things in the bag, or repetitive items. You got your moist towelette, which could come in very handy, made by Sanfacon? Sanfacon? I don't know, whatever. And here is the list for the 07 questionnaire. Fill that out, blah, blah, blah. If you want to read any of that, all you got to do is pause it. I will scan down it easily for you guys. Start down here. Here we go. All right. Fold this bad boy up. Let's get some stuff into the boiling water so I can get it heated up. The last one of these I had, like I said, had a pinhole in it. Yeah, this seems like an amazing ration, guys. Like, honestly, this seems like exactly what I would want to eat. You know what I mean? This is exactly my type of food. I will say there's a whole lot of gravy going on in there. I don't feel the chicken breast. I mean, there's a little piece right there, but there's like shreds right here probably, I'd say. It feels like it's came apart. So we're going to heat that up. And I think that's all I got to heat up, right? That could probably stand to be heated. Yeah, let's heat the bread up. All right. It, on mine, 8650. I want it out at 91. I will say that main felt light too. I don't know what the deal with that was. It doesn't say on there. It did not feel like a regular weight of the main. It felt like it was like an ounce or 2 light. All right. Those 2 things. It's all hot water, hot water, hot water, cold water. Alright, sugars, whiteners. I've got to hit Don up and get some more of these. I told him I wanted more, and he said he had some more for me, so I need to hit him up and get some more headed this way. Get the old tray out here. Okay. Coffee, tea, cream of celery soup, mashed taters, cookie whatnots. This honey is, I mean, perfect. And this one is not. I mean, it's definitely chunky. We'll look at that one. It'll be more interesting to look at. I'll eat some of those vintage crackers with it too. Whiteners, sugars. I think, when was the last time Steve uploaded a video? Probably, I'd say it's been at least a month, I would say. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure on the timeline on that. Let's switching cups. Ooh, something smells like beer. Whoa, why does this smell like beer so bad? Woo! Really strong odor of beer. I only need one cold cup, right? For this. I think that's it. Yeah. We got coffee and tea. Let's go ahead and get those going. Our tea bag here. Smell that. Ooh, wow. Wow. That is a very, very strong odor coming out of that. The ginger, obviously, is the main scent going on there. Whew. That's going to be some spicy tea. If I was a betting man, I'd say it's going to be a little spicy. A little spicy on the tea there. Let's have some instant coffee. Type 1. This is a, what, 16-year-old? Oh, got to go get the main. I said 91. That's a spray-dried coffee. Not a freeze-dried coffee. Look at them big old grains in there. All right, be right back. Be right back, y'all. All right, got the mains. Well, the main and the bread. Now here, it's cool. I got peanut butter to go with that cranberry jam too, which cranberry jam or jelly, not jam, jelly. But doesn't really need the peanut butter, I doubt. That bread, it's going to be spread kind of thin. Hopefully it's still good. It's a good chance that bread ain't no good. So I'm going to wait to put the coffee or the whitener and stuff in there until I take that tea bag out of that. Did it last time and it was stuck all over the bag. So the whitener. Yeah, it looks good. It smells a little weird. Yeah, a little cheesy. Which cause most people to have a pretty legit stomach ache, but I think I consume enough of that old I guess non-dairy creamer that it doesn't bother me. Which I don't think that says non-dairy, does it? Kind of, it smells like it's might be a little dairy. Bob Ross come out and say hello there. Alright, how do we make the cream of celery soup? Add the contents of the pouch to a quarter of a canteen cup, 170 milliliters of hot water. Stir to dissolve. Done. I'm going to need... Well, I guess I don't need another bowl. But I'll probably get one for the mashed potatoes and the main. Cream of celery soup. Who made this? MSG. Flavor. What's that? Uncle something. I can't remember his name. Uncle something. Lake City Foods. Ontario. Lake City Foods made this. It's got a green color to it. Oh, it smells great. It smells really good. That's a little concerning. That's not normal, you know. You know, when you see those prototype pictures of MREs and stuff, you'll see that laid out on the side and it'll all be cut. And then you'll see the inner bag. It's not supposed to be like that. Obviously. We can make sure we get it all out of there this way, huh? It's a really nice feeling plastic, though. It's not cheap feeling at all. It's nice. Okay. 170 milliliters, it said. Get the old measuring cup out here. Exactly 170. All right, here we go. 170 milliliters. Now we got to get the mashed potatoes going. Dealt with this last time, so I'm going to set this back here. And I'm actually going to take that piece of metal lid, I'm going to put it over top of it, at least to save some of that heat, block it in there. Better than nothing, I guess. About the same as nothing. Alright, now this I'm going to cut open at the top and make my fold line here so I can see where my water's got to go on the inside. Take my knife that's broken now, which breaks my heart. There we go. Nice little cut at the top. Hopefully this will work out. Oh, those look buttery as I'll get out. You can't really see it on the camera so much. They've got a very yellow tint to them. There you go. You can kind of see. Ooh, oh my goodness. Boy, do they smell oniony. Which I guess is how they're supposed to smell. Alright, here we go. Attempt to not burn myself. And there's the proper amount of water. Where's my spoon? Oh, it's way over here. Okay. This is a hard thing to do, honestly, making these mashed potatoes in this bag. And it's a pretty crappy way. They could have done better with the bags, really. I mean, they skimped on the bags. Try to get that bottom, man. Probably going to have to add a little bit more water. I mean, although it looks like it's mixed up just fine. Oh no, I feel all kinds of powder down in there. Holy cow. Ooh, that smell. What does that say? I mean, it's obviously the onion mashed potatoes, but... And it's burning the absolute crap out of me. Holy crap. Ow. Ow, 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 ow. It's got to have a little more water. It's gotten too dry. Alright, get down in this corner down here. Coming off camera because it's just easier to hold it against my belly so I can dig in there with that spoon. Sorry for the weird off-camera stuff. Okay, they do have a little bit of a buttery scent coming off of them now. That onion was so overpowering there for the main part of the beginning there. I'm going to probably eat this entire thing if the chicken is edible. So, you guys have to bear with me while I stand here and eat. And I'll try to talk to the chat while I'm doing so. But when I'm making food, it's pretty much impossible for me to look at the chat. It's kind of a weird thing, live streaming, eating food. Or preparing food as well. Those look like they have turned out all right. What do you guys think? On live chat, I am now. Well, you know, I doubt too many leaks happened. It's just you have to hold it up here like this. If not, it burns the absolute crap out of your hands if you had hot water. Now, I doubt there was a whole lot of guys using scalding hot water like I'm using. So it probably wasn't too awful bad if you was just using like decently warm water. But the bags are tough, like super tough. All right, what's next? Am I done with the hot water? Nope, tea. I should have done that a long time ago. I'm just about out of hot water though. Yep, I'm pretty much out of hot water. Alright. Get my spoon out of here. Try to shake it off. I'm licking the spoon off, I don't care. Very oniony, with also like a hint of butter in there, which is nice. I kind of wish they would add more butter flavoring to these, especially like, well, what was the other ones I had? They weren't onion, they were something else. Ooh. But I wish they would have added like some butter flavoring to those last ones I had. I can't remember what flavor those ones were though. Pepper. Black pepper is what they were. Well, that's creamy there. That's thick. I don't know about creamy, but it's thick. Thickening up. A lot stuck to the bottom when I first started stirring. I've never had cream of celery soup before. I'm not afraid to admit that. It's just not something I've ever encountered over my days. Let me go grab a couple more bowls real quick and I'll be right back. this up. Oh, I guess I forgot about having another bowl right here. So I didn't really need that. Fruit beverage powder. I don't know. I don't remember if the last one I had was just a fruit beverage powder like this, or if it was a sports drink. Let's see. Pretty much white powder with a slight orange tint to it, but very nice and still powdery. No chunks at all. Probably going to taste like a sweet tart. Or a pixie stick. That is fantastic. Tangy. Very nice. Orange, artificial orange flavor to it. Alright. Let's get some water up in this bad boy. That's not enough water. Thought there might have been enough in that, but it's going to take just a little bit more. I want to get a good gauge on that flavor though, so I'm not going to add the full amount that it's supposed to have. Take my napkin here and clean my spoon before I go sticking it in the orange drink after the cream of celery there. I don't think those flavors will mix too well. I don't know about y'all, but I'm not into that. Still gritty on the bottom, so definitely hasn't all dissolved. But yeah, I could easily eat that powder on its own. Just like most of the drinks, I could eat them just as a powder, as like a candy. I'd probably, if I was craving candy a lot, that's probably how I'd do most of my drink mixes. And just drink water. Because I have a sweet tooth. But that is a nice looking orange drink. It's got a very, it looks like orange juice. Like in person, it looks like natural orange juice. Obviously, it's not, but it looks that way. Coffee a stir. That creamer, man, it just does not like to dissolve properly. I got little like specks of mashed potatoes everywhere when I was trying to get them off the spoon, I guess. All right. This ginger tea back here, it's got some more steeping to do. All right, shortbread cookies. These are the most questionable thing in here, my personal opinion. They look good. They smell a little weird. They're kind of soft, I think. I don't know about these guys. We'll see. It's like, look what's left behind in the packaging, though. It's probably not a good sign. I mean, it could be okay. That could be normal. But I doubt it. Especially the way they feel. They feel like almost wet to the touch. But we'll find out. Taking a sip of this coffee. Oh, wow. Well, that hit the spot where I ain't had nothing else. Nice and hot going down the tube there. Oh, it's not strong at all. I mean, it tastes really good, though. Okay, there's our bread. Let's get our main up here. All right, I'm I'm just going to cut this like I've done the other stuff. Oh, it's like a... I was expecting like a brown gravy. That's a chicken gravy. Oh, it smells perfect. It smells really good. It smells very similar to a chicken noodle soup or a chicken pot pie like deal. It looks like a lot of shredded chicken. Alright, it just has ended up that way. Get all that chicken out of there, that's for sure. This will be one of those ones I'll be like, man, I wish I wouldn't have left some of that chicken in that bag. So it's definitely white meat. I just saw it looks like dark meat. It's definitely all white meat from the appearance of it. It's just chicken breast. I do believe that's what it's called too. Chicken breast and gravy. There's going to be a little bit that I can't get out of here. I have to call that good. I will say that it has a very slight tinge of like fishiness to it, like kind of like tuna-ish a little bit, which I don't think I'm a fan of. I should have put this in here like this to warm this bowl up. Alright, let's take a look at our bread real quick. Actually, let me finish this tea over here. We're getting it ready. Put the... Bring it right here. Get the tea bag out of it. I didn't mean to do that. Yep, I know it's going to make some people mad, but that's okay. Put our sugar in there. So 3 drinks. We got mashed potatoes, soup. We got our main, which is kind of soupy. We've got cranberry jelly and honey and bread and shortbread. Like, this is seriously a holiday meal. Yeah, I know people get mad when I squeeze the bag. It's okay. It's my method. I know it's not right. I know it's improper. Tea etiquette. My tea etiquette is like the opposite, but wow, look how that turned out looking. Very creamy looking. There we go. It's certainly got a look to it, doesn't it? Boy, does it smell like ginger, though. Man, oh man, does it smell like ginger. All right. What else do I got to get? Okay, bread. We got to put the mashed potatoes in there. Oh, I see you opened the door. Go away. Go away. I don't even want you in here. The mama cat, which is a problem. I swear I think she's causing the issues for him. Gigi, hush. Are you going to drive me crazy till I give you a can of food? Alright, guys. Hang on. Move, cat. Okay, sorry about that. She is a pain in my rear. Okay, I forgot about these. I'm going to have to put these in a bowl. I'll have to go get a bowl for them. What? What? Your babies are right there. Alright, let's check out the bread. Okay, well, that's looking good. It smells very yeasty, but it looks fabulous. I mean, it's not smashed. This is one of the thicker ones I've had. It's not discolored. A lot of times it'll go dark on you and turn like a dark brown color. She does get on my last nerve most of the time. I'm going to fillet this petite pain open. A little bread. Well, that does look really, really, really good. That's the color it's supposed to be. I mean, maybe it was a little bit lighter when it was brand new, but I'm going to say not much. All right, mashed potatoes. Oh, you got to be kidding me, man. Hate it when bags rip like that. Ugh. All right, put them in here. Some dry. We'll fix that right now. I think I got just a little bit of water left. Well, that's about as good as I can do, squeezing them out of there. All right. Jesus. You cannot get under my feet. Didn't even know you was there. Go. Oh, cats. That sucked. For some reason, my chat keeps disappearing. It may be because when the chat's not going very quickly, it disappears. I'm not 100% sure. But if I look down and it's not there, I can't stop to touch the screen to bring it back. Yeah. Yeah, get that dry stuff over there where the water's at. I need more water, man. Putting the amount of water in there that it calls for, it literally is going to take almost double what it called for. And I'm pretty much out of water. We'll see if this will be enough, I hope. There's a lot of dry in the middle of that. A lot. And I didn't even get all the dry out of the pack. Like, there's still, I mean, a decent amount, honestly. Like, probably a big bite. Like, that much left in that pouch that I couldn't squeeze out of there. These are some of the most aromatic mashed potatoes, especially instant, that I've ever had. And what I've tasted so far, I haven't had a bite of them. I've had just kind of tasting it off, leftover off the spoon and my fingers. They've got a very strong flavor to them, but not in an offensive way strong. Just a really flavorful, especially for a mashed potato. And that butter flavor really does follow it up. It's like kind of lumpy now. I think that's about as good as I'm going to be able to get it, honestly. I mean, I could add a little bit more water to that maybe, which is all I got left, is a little tiny bit of water left. All right, let's give them a try. Some good looking mashed potatoes right there. All right. Not as good eating a big bite of them off the spoon as it was just tasting them. It's still instant mashed potatoes, so it's nothing to write home about. But the flavor that's going on here it's really good, actually. The onion flavor is natural. There's little chunks of onion in there that you get that are actually crunchy, that have rehydrated. There's just a slight buttery follow-up, which is really pleasant. This weird cream of celery soup here. It's got a very gray color to it, with like maybe just a slight hint of green, a slight tint of green. Let's give it a try. So it's salty, and it is creamy. Of course, the celery is the main flavor there, which does come through naturally. I mean, it tastes natural. It's a little weird for me, but honestly, it's probably spot on for what it's supposed to taste like. I'm just not familiar with this dish. I don't know what's making it creamy though, I don't know. It's kind of weird. It almost has like a breadcrumb kind of flavor to it if you sip it like I just did. You can see the fat starting to separate on top of that. Need to get into this. Yeah, I don't like seeing pink veins like that. Not a huge fan of that. So that's coming out of there. Get me a different bite here. So here's our demolished chicken breast. Maybe it's supposed to just be like that, I'm assuming. Here we go. So with the gravy or soup that's involved with this, it just really sets it off. I mean, makes it really, really, really good. Mixed with these mashed potatoes, I think is going to be insanely good. So let's just try it. That was the perfect bite, I think. Almost. I think it's missing this. Let me try this just on its own first. With that outside edge tearing off there. This is a really good looking little loaf. Let's see if it is good. That doesn't have any of that weird aftertaste or like the staleness or this, man, I don't know. It's hard to say. This is tied with the bun. I like the bun too, but that's really good. Really good. All right. So now it's time to get a little bit of everything here. Let me just go ahead and scoop some of that over in there. Rip a soft piece of bread here. And this is like having a Thanksgiving dinner. It really is. I mean, it's like having turkey, mashed potatoes, and rolls. And gravy. That is one heck of a home style meal, in my opinion. Way better all mixed together versus eating each item on its own. Yeah, that's really, really, really good. %, the way to eat this is the way I'm eating it. Now, the celery soup, I don't really see a place for it right now. But just kind of mix that in there with the mashed potatoes, because that's how I'm going to eat it anyway. And just kind of pick at the bread as I go, eating a bite of everything together. That tastes like a home-cooked meal. I mean, if anybody ever wonders, like, mashed potatoes in my mustache, I'm really eating this stuff. Like, yeah, it's 15 years old. $15? Wait, how old is this? Something like that. But it's really, really good. And I'm a little surprised by it, but not so much so that I'm not going to just eat the whole thing. Like, I don't feel a risk factor here. So I feel like this meal has, well, it initially was designed as a meal. It just inherently would have held up decently even in bad conditions. And I'm sure this has seen some heat over the years, but another thing I'll say about it is it's super easy to eat. It's like the chicken's already chewed up for you, mashed potatoes, like, you could almost eat it without chewing. Yeah, I'm trying to hurry because I don't want to make you guys just wait while I eat, but I'm eating this while it's hot. And I'm not going to waste it. Making my nose run just a little bit. I'm going to wash it down with the orange fruit beverage. Fruit beverage? Is that just fruit beverage? Yeah. Oh, super easy to drink. Very reminiscent of Tang. Just that weird artificial orange flavor. It's not bad. It's just artificial. It's not like very natural tasting. So what you think of when you like a when you'd eat an orange piece of candy that's really dark orange color, that's kind of how that would taste. I don't know what it is with those when the orange candies are darker, but that's what the flavor is. Because all darker orange candies have that similar type flavor. I guess if I'd have known, I could have used the liquid from the chicken to make the mashed potatoes, but I didn't know that it was going to be like that. Well, half the bread is going to the the main here. Whoops, sorry. This has turned into a soup, unfortunately. But it tastes the same. It kind of dulled down that weird onion flavor, which is good. Mulder says, "Hey, Smokey, wow, 2006, what a great year to be in the Canadian military, at least food-wise." Well, definitely, if you got this meal, I could eat this 2 to 3 times a week without any, I mean, probably more. I could probably eat this every day for a week without actually getting sick of it. It's just like the perfect meal for me. It's also filling. I'm noticing. Mulder, thanks so much for that super chat, man. I'm stuffing my face. Like legitimately stuffing my face. Very rarely do I ever just like go in. But after I seen everything that was in here, I knew this might be the meal for me if it was good. I mean, you're always taking a risk when you're eating something this old, especially poultry. And I could get violently ill from eating this. If I do, it's going to be bad because I've eaten so much of it. But, you know, I pray that that's not going to be the case. But yeah, Mulder, man, I really appreciate that $10 super chat, dude. Now what's left is just a little bit like a little bit of a mashed potato soup. It's just kind of a thickened up version of the chicken breast. Oh, Bourbon Street Joe says, glad you got one you can finally eat. Well, you got me really wanting to eat one because you sent me. You know what though? Thank you for the super chat, by the way. Bourbon Street Joe with the big old super chat. The one you sent me, it had the pinhole in it, but it was a chicken breast. Like, I remember I should have opened it and we should have looked at it, but when you got a contaminated, like sometimes that's really liquidy and stuff. You know what? I'm just making an excuse. I should have opened it. We should have looked at it. I do remember that the gravy, that the stuff that came out of it was really, really dark brown. And that's why I thought this would have a brown gravy with it. But that must have been something from, it must have been oxidized and changed that way. Because obviously this one's not like that. This one's a chicken gravy, a nice light yellowish brown chicken gravy. More like a broth than anything. And yeah, I've been wanting to try this ever since you sent that. Thought I was going to get to try that one. Really was looking forward to it. Which, stuff happens. That's kind of the fun of this, too. I think when there are incidents or, what's the word I'm looking for? Damage. It makes what we do more interesting. Because that's the kind of stuff we're looking for. And, like, what caused it? What happened because of it? Especially if we knew, like, how long ago it happened. Or, stuff like that is really the part of the fun. And I'd like to get into a harder core research side of things to see to what extent these different rations and things can hold up. Getting them fresh, I'd like to put some in the ground. I'd like to put some in a freezer for at least, freezer's kind of, it doesn't really matter. I'm just going to tell you right now, if you put MREs in a freezer, they're going to come out exactly the same way they were when you put them in. Even if you let them thaw out a couple times, it's not going to matter. It's not going to matter unless you're rough with them, because it does get softer for a while until the things, like all the molecules kind of bind back together. It's weird. Not quite like chocolate and tempering, but kind of a similar thought. I feel like I'm pretty right about that. I don't think that's a scientific explanation, but I do think that that's what happens. Let's see what this ginger tea is all about. Like, it doesn't look right to me. It looks like that creamer is curdled, but we'll see. Wow. Doesn't so much initially taste like ginger, but I've got a lot of chicken still on my lips and stuff. This is extremely flavorful for a tea. It's got a lot going on. What are you doing, little honey? No. What's the matter? Wait, what was you looking for, honey? Oh. Little Miss Yuck Eyes. Oh. No. What are you doing, baby? You're so precious. Look at you, honey. Let Daddy get that stuff out of your eyes. I hate it when you get that stuff in your eyes, honey. Oh, I know. I think I've had to clean their eyes so much, or I have cleaned their eyes so much, that it kind of hurts for me to clean them. I try to be as easy as I can. But here, you can't go back there. I gotta check and make sure the little black one's not missing. good. Go in there and get with your mommy. She's feeding everybody. Come on, little tiger striper. Look, she's feeding everybody. Alright, sorry guys. Cats are a distraction. I actually would have been started about 15 minutes earlier had it not been for the cats. The kittens, I should say. They're a pain in my butt. So this ginger tea is really... was it herbal ginger tea? I can't remember exactly what it was called. So obviously the ginger is smacking you right in the mouth. But it also has like a citrus kind of flavor, a little bit of floral going on. There's definitely some floral notes going on there. It's got a creaminess to it. It's sweet. There's a lot going on in that tea, man. Very, very good tea. I'm usually not a huge fan of ginger, and I know ginger's really good for you, just like garlic. And if you can stomach eating a bunch of ginger and a bunch of garlic, then it's really, really good for your digestive tract, and it's good for your heart. It's good for all kinds of things. But I don't like either one of them. I don't like garlic, especially not in its raw form, and I do not like ginger. Now, I don't hate ginger. I will eat ginger with like sushi and stuff like that, but like pickled ginger. But yeah, I've never really tried to eat ginger on its own, I guess. So, I tried the coffee already. It's fantastic. It's got a bitterness to it, but it doesn't have a whole lot of tannins going on with that dry, like that dry feeling and taste. It's just a nice, creamy, strong. Earlier I thought it was weak, but now it kind of tastes strong. Just in a different way than I'm used to. Usually when I have a strong coffee, the tannins are really strong and prevalent. Not with this. This is a really smooth, subtle, as far as a drinking experience, but as far as like the taste goes, it seems like it's got quite a decent punch to it. Yeah, that's good. That's good stuff. Okay. Moving on to let's move our bread. Let's move our chicken. Yeah, that's going to bother me. I'm going to leave it, though. I'm going to muscle through it. It's going to drive me crazy, though. All right, anyway. So, PF. Peak Frains? Frains? Peak Frains? I've never heard of that brand before. Obviously, it's a Canadian brand. Looks like Bourbon Street Joe knows all about it. It's got a nice design, cross-hatching in there. Nice little design on the front, too. Your horizontal and, well, diagonal lines there. Little holes in the back. There's a lot of attention to detail to the design of this cookie, I feel like. Or biscuit. You know, it doesn't have a pungent smell or anything. It just kind of... just a subtle. Okay, it's still got a crunch to it. Surprisingly enough. Let me give it a try. Well. It's got a lemon flavoring to it, almost. I would have to say that it's not perfect. It's not exactly how it's supposed to be, but it's not far off. It's a little bit weird. I almost think it's like, it almost tastes like it's lemon flavored. It's kind of weird, and I don't think it's supposed to be. Maybe they inherently taste that way. So the texture is spot on. They're not buttery though, which is what I expected. You know, typically shortbread is a buttery experience, especially with that shortening being way up there. I don't know, man. That's just kind of weird. It definitely tastes like lemon to me. I don't know if it's inherently lemon flavored or what, but you know, it's not bad. I just wouldn't consider it to be tasting exactly how it's supposed to taste, is what I would say. I'm gonna have to use my knife. Let's check out this cranberry jelly. I don't know that I've ever had cranberry jelly from a IMP before. So let me clean my spoon off. I'm just going to try the jelly on its own. I want to get a reading on it. This has been a fun meal to explore so far. Like, the whole thing has been awesome. Let's see. Well, it's got a nice color to it. Look at that. Focus. Yeah, there's no, like, fruit pieces or anything in there. It's just a jelly. I'll give it a try. Oh, wow. Lots of flavor. Tangy. It's very cranberry. The last jelly I had was strawberry out of a similar year, and it didn't taste like strawberry at all anymore. The strawberry flavoring had pretty much diminished to nothing. So, I do think that this is going to be awesome on this bread. I think it's going to be good on that shortbread too, but I've got to try it on this bread first. Cranberry jelly? Cranberry, I keep wanting to say jam. Cranberry jelly on the bread. That's like toast. The texture of that bread, it's got like this sponginess to it and layers that reminds me of toast. It's got a lot of toast. I mean, it tastes like a toasted flavor too. And the cranberry jelly, cranberry jelly, it just mixes perfectly with this bread, I must say. I must say that this is a very good match, these two. See how it kind of, like, it's like pressed layers, like flaky, which it is flaky. And the jelly is kind of chunky. Not bad. Well, got to try this. Kind of fill in that little low spot on the shortbread there. Hang on, let me cleanse the old palate real quick with this orange drink. It's not as sweet now because I've been eating this sweet stuff. It's a lot more tangy. All right, let's see here. Let me spread that out. I want to see some of that redness of that cranberry. You can see it a little bit better if I... It looks like cranberry sauce, too. It really does. It looks just like cranberry sauce that comes out of a can that we have on Thanksgiving. This is straight up a Thanksgiving dinner. If I can get another one of these from Dawn, I will, and I will have it this holiday season. Look at that. Nice color to it. No oxidation, no weirdness. The cookie's a little bit weird, but maybe it's supposed to taste like that, honestly. Well, it's not bad. But I think we can do better. Let's try this shortbread with this ginger tea here. Let's see if the ginger tea does anything for it. I swear that milk has curdled in there. Look at that. It's almost like a lemongrass flavor that comes that these taste like. It's not bad mixed with the ginger tea, but I think this is going to be better, honestly, dipped in the coffee. It's nice that it softens it up, does that pretty quickly, which a shortbread, a good shortbread like that should soak up liquids like that fairly quickly. Oh, now that, the way that coffee flavors it, kind of dials, well, I would say it gets rid of that lemon flavor altogether. Oh, that's so good. So good. This belongs on the bread, I think. The bread and this cranberry jelly just works really, really well together. See if I can knead this honey up a little bit. There's a lot of granulation going on in here, which the best thing to do would be for me to just put this in some hot water. Honestly, that's probably, I should just save this one because I need to warm this one up, or I'm going to end up leaving a whole bunch of it in the pack. That'll be the smart thing to do. Just going to use the one that's not granulated. And I have a feeling that this is going to really send this bread and the shortbread probably out of the park. Let's take a look at this honey. Oh, yeah. Nice golden honey. Look at that. All right, give it a try. Probably some sort of flower honey. That reminds me of Waffle House. Toast and honey. It's really good honey. Really good honey. Let's try some of that on this shortbread here. Really? Oh, I didn't see that coming. Oh, it's going to go all over the place. Yeah, that's a really tasty honey. No weird bitterness to it or anything like that. It's got a... I don't know what that is. Something that I'm not used to in honey. Can't put my finger on what that is. That's going to bother me. Okay, I give up. I can't figure out what that is. Huh. That is not just a completely simple flour honey. There's more to it. There's something going on there. Is this just pure honey? Wings Food Products, Toronto, Canada. Huh. The ginger tea is awful after the honey. Not good at all. Kind of burns my throat. Coffee ain't good either. They both sucked. Guys, I am like stuffed. Usually I never eat this much. I ate pretty much the whole main. I mean, I would have ate the whole main, but I ran out of mashed potatoes. I did not eat all the cream of celery soup. And I'm going to finish the cranberry jelly and the honey and all the drinks. I'll tell you what, like, that is a full meal. Like, my belly is full. Like, I got the protrusion going on. I need a cigarette is what I like. I'm jonesing for one now. I've eaten all this amazingly wonderful food. I think I want to have one of Dan's. Failure's coffee, the worst part of waking up. Yeah. Instead of Folgers, failures. So I'm going to have one of Dan's $2 a piece cigarettes. These things are $2 a piece. Australian prices are unreal. $40 for a pack of cigarettes. Let me say that again. $40 for a pack of cigarettes. I thought New York prices were insane. When I was in New York for, I was there for a long time, on and off. Living in Times Square. Let's see, how much was a pack of Marlboros? I think a pack of Marlboros was 20. I think it were 20. Uh-oh. No. I don't know why my camera just, like, went away, but I lost my lighter the other day on this stupid thing. It's like 2 lighters in one. It's like the length of 2 lighters. I don't like it. It's too big in my pocket, too. I don't like a bunch of big crap. A bunch of big stuff in my pocket. So another huge thanks to Dan for, first of all, spending the money on a pack of cigarettes in Australia, which I couldn't smoke. Like, prices, I couldn't smoke. I don't want to. I need to quit now. And they're a quarter of that price. Quarter? Oh, not even. An eighth. Roughly an eighth. They're like $5.60 something a pack, and then after tax they come up to like almost $6 a pack. It's too much. So I don't know how much any of you guys look at eBay. Maybe some of you guys don't look at it at all when it comes to rations, which is cool. But I do. I look and I browse. More than anything, I browse. Sometimes I'll go weeks without even looking at it. I kind of gave up as of... My screen keeps wanting to time out for some reason. It's weird. Anyway, I kind of, did you like that? Anyway, I kind of gave up probably almost a couple years ago, like trying to find anything at all on eBay because I also I just need to go to vape. I need to go to my vape and stop with the cigarettes. I do enjoy smoking. I just know that it's really bad for me. You know, if it wasn't for that, man, I'd smoke till the day I die. Uh, it's just I don't want it to kill me. You know what I mean? That's the thing. Um, but I kind of quit looking a couple years ago, roughly, because that's when prices really started shooting through the roof, and I was like, you know, I'll take a look every now and again and just kind of glance. And typically, I don't ever see anything that's within my price range. To be quite honest, now I have saved up a bunch of Patreon money to specifically buy rations that are Patreon rations, but I have not spent that because I hadn't been in the place to film. Whereas that's changed, and that's in the process of changing, and that's a whole thing. But now that it's changed, and like that money's sitting there, like I don't feel right spending $400 on something that, in my experience, and my I know, look, the market dictates the price. I get that. But at the same time, when you got a couple people out there that are willing to overpay by more than double, triple, quadruple, sometimes even, I've seen things that were not worth $100 sell for over 400, 500. It's happened. It's happening, and it happens more often. But all it takes is two people that don't know what they're looking at. They don't understand what they're really buying, or that maybe they're buying it for a different reason than what I understand. Maybe they're just in a whole different realm than I'm in, and maybe that's why it's worth it. I really don't get that. I don't understand how that could be, but I'm going to say that because I'm going to. Anything's possible. But there's a few people, obviously, out there that are willing to, that obviously have lots of money, that are willing to pay up. So, because you can choose what now? What, milligram and flavor? Yeah. Yeah, that's a big plus. It's just, for some reason, it's not as satisfying. And I have quit smoking, well, actually 3 times, but twice for a long period of time by vaping. Um, I did really well when had one sent in here on the channel, and I used that. But I had quit for like 8 or 10 months right before I got hurt at work. Um, when I had my leg pretty much ripped off at work, and then that's enough. And then they stuck me in the hospital, slapped where I was using a vape. They slapped nicotine patches on me, pumped me full of all kinds of pain meds, and I was like, the only thing I could think of, laying there in a lot of pain, but was I want a cigarette. Roll me outside so I can smoke, because they had me all jacked up on pain pills and or pain drips or whatever. Um, I don't know if I was taking all kinds of stuff when they had me in there because I was in bad shape. But yeah, it was the cat making all kinds of weird noises behind me. Uh, so I did. I had him roll me outside, and I smoked, and which I was on that pain medication, which made me want to smoke. For I don't know. I think I was on it for probably a month and a half, something like that. I the least amount of time as possible. I wanted off the pain meds as quickly as possible. I did not want to be on them at all, but I had to be. There was just no way that I would survive. Like I don't know. I think I would have had a heart attack. Honestly, I think my blood pressure would have went so high, and I would have been in so much pain that I would have had a heart attack if I wouldn't have used them to kind of calm me and ease my pain. You know. Well, the green cigarettes are, I mean, I don't have anything bad to say about that, if that's what you're talking about. Oh, yeah. See, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. There's actually a lot of benefits, really, if, like I just seen mentioned, if used properly or used for a specific purpose. There's a lot of benefits to it, really, from what I can tell, one way or the other. Even if you're not trying to benefit from it, you just end up benefiting from it. I don't understand what the war on that really is. I've never looked at that as being really a gateway. Um, it's definitely no more than what alcohol is. Alcohol takes away any and all inhibitions. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong, and I will listen to your argument. I will disagree with you most likely, but I'll listen. Maybe you can convince me otherwise, but I think that obviously enough alcohol, not just a sip or a one drink. Typically, it's getting to the point of being inebriated, but then there goes all your inhibitions and all your reservations, and you do things that you would never do. So the fact that that's legal and that's not, it just shows something's askew. Something is not right. I mean, it's kind of the opposite with the green stuff. If it's you drive really slow, you laugh at everything, and you don't put too much thought into anything because you're not going to do anything that you would normally do. I'm not going to do what I wouldn't normally do. I love that. Half baked. That's not what he said, but I was paraphrasing to make it fit what I was saying. Um, yeah, Jim Brewer, good guy. Dave Chappelle. Uh, who else was in that movie? Who's those other two fellas? I can't remember their names. Those two stick out in my mind, though. My chat keeps disappearing. CDB's another thing it's came a long ways. When it first started coming out, I tried it because I needed it. I guess I had issues that I had taken a lot of medications for that weren't working. I was the only reason I stopped seeing the doctors that I was seeing is because they decided it would be a good idea to triple bill me. To bill me, full bill, me as an individual, here's your bill. To send a bill to Social Security Disability, which I am on, and to also send a bill to the insurance company, which I had at the time. So 3 bills equals actually more to some, and some were the amounts weren't the same, but 3 separate bills to 3 separate entities for the same exact thing. And I also was getting billed for a doctor that I had not seen in almost 3 years. This happened. When did this happen? Probably November, December, when I got that bill. And I saw these triple billings, and I checked my Social Security paperwork, my insurance paperwork, and then obviously I had this bill, and saw that they were billing me for a doctor that I hadn't seen in 3 years, which I'm sure had already been paid, like probably twice, knowing them, or more times. So that's why I don't have my doctors anymore. And around here where I live in West Virginia. I live in a unpopulated, uh, call it rural area, that there's just not much here. What is here, you have to be careful, which I'm sure that's the case everywhere. But like our hospital, people call it Death Valley. I know all kinds of people that I know for a fact, if they hadn't went there, they probably would have lived through whatever the incident was that happened to them. I don't like that place. I don't trust that place. I know people that work there, good people. That's as far as I'm going to say, like as a positive for that place. Um, and I don't know, the population of the town I live in, I want to say is 800 or less, 790. 790 or 890, I think it was, is the population for the entire town I live in. And the next town down is less. And then the next town down would probably be about the same or a little bit more. I'll be right back. All right, I can't take this. That is enough. Who are you meowing for? They're all right here. All your babies are right here. Enough. Jeez. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what that's about. Yeah, I could definitely do without them. If I could give them all away in a day, I would. Along with getting a few of my veteran buddies who get addicted to bad medications prescribed by doctors. Wait, I need to see the rest of it. Medical field's incredible to me. They make all the money in the world and still leech and suck off the life out of the middle class people. Middle and lower class, I mean, they suck every single red cent that they can out. You know, I get that it's a business, but I also see a lot of immoral acts being committed by a lot of people and a lot of big companies and a lot of individuals in the medical field. I'm not saying everybody's like that because that's not even close to true, but there's a lot of malfeasance that goes on when it comes to that. Call it a personal opinion. Call it my life experience. I never really ever went to a doctor before I got hurt. Like, I never went to the doctor. When I was a little kid, I had a really bad sunburn that I had to go to the hospital for. I had chicken pox, along with scarlatina. No, I had strep throat and scarlatina at the same time, and then I had chicken pox really, really bad when I was a kid. So bad that I had a grand mal seizure. I was really, really messed up. I had a really high fever. Outside of that, when I was a little kid, I'm talking like before I was 8, like 8 and before that I can remember. After that, though, I was 16 years old, and I was working construction, building houses, which I started doing that when I was like 14, I think. Got my first job at Dairy Queen, I think, when I was 12. 12 or 13, I can't remember. 12 or 13. And then I got into construction, working summers and weekends and stuff. But anyway, when I was 16, I had kidney stones. I went to the doctor, the hospital, whatever, and they put me on pain medication. I was 16. They put me on pain medication. Like knowing what I know now, what they put me on then was enough to cause me an addiction for the rest of my life had I taken them, which I didn't. But it was a rough experience because I left for Chicago the day after I started this trying to pass a kidney stone thing, and then went to the hospital. And then the day after that, went to Chicago. Was there for a week, and I ended up passing it like next to the last day of me being there. It was awful. I won't go into any detail with that, but other than that, right there, like, I really didn't have any experience with doctors. I never had to go to the hospital. Never really had to deal with the doctors. And then I got hurt, and that has been a major part of what my life has been in the past over 6 years. April 30th, 2016 is when it happened. So I've spent a lot of time, I guess, just in and out of doctors and crap like that. And it's been a learning experience, if nothing else. And as far as my trust level goes, I have none. I did, on and off even. I would trust too much, and then I would realized that I was trusting too much, and I would take that away, and then I would get back to trusting again. And now I don't trust them at all. I've realized that you always have to be on the defense. Always be looking at every single thing that happens, every piece of paperwork, every bill, everything, or they will take advantage. It's a given. It's a given. Even if you're lucky enough to get like with a good one, um, you still got to be careful. You still got to be careful because they could make mistakes or whatever. But 9 times out of 10, you're going to run into something. My experience, anyways, I've ran into issues. Ran up just over $750,000 in frickin' medical bills. Well, Daniel, buddy, you're lucky. I gotta say, that is an exorbitant amount of money for 6 weeks. 6 weeks? For 6 weeks. I mean, my initial injury, going in the hospital, staying for like a week to begin with, and I was in and out of the hospital with major surgeries after that a few times. Getting flown to the hospital, like everything in that, like, I mean, at mine, like over that was probably what my medical bills were for like 3.5 years of maybe 3.5, 4 years of that time period. I'm guessing roughly. A lot of that initial cost was high, but that's a lot of money, dude. That's so much money. It's a good thing you must have had either really good insurance or Social Security or something that just wiped all that out of there. Okay, I think I need to wrap this up. I've been on here for a long time. It's probably late. I never know what time it is. Jeez. Okay. I got to get wrapped up, get cleaned up, and wow, you're lucky, man. Wyoming Adventure, you're lucky. It's a good thing your state took care of you. That's awesome. I got to get the cats back in here. I think they're probably sleeping, hopefully. So, if you guys want me to, I might do like a midweek stream, depending on if I have like a free evening this week, because I don't think I got much going on. But all right, guys, I guess I'm going to wrap it up, and I'm going to finish up my biscuits and bread and jelly. But all right, guys, I guess all I got left to do now is say thank you guys for watching. Wait, thanks to my patrons. Thanks to everybody who sent in a super chat. Thanks to all you guys who have spent your time here with me on this Saturday. All right, now, all I got left to do is say thank you guys for watching, and I'll see y'all on the next live stream. Later.